Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. With extreme weather events on the rise and grid reliability becoming increasingly unpredictable, home battery backup systems have evolved from a luxury add-on to essential components of modern solar installation. Net metering changes in the majority of the country are making batteries even more attractive as well. Now, we just want to be as independent as possible. So, in today's video, we are breaking down the top 3 home battery backup systems of 2025. I will also give you my other picks that I think are worth your consideration. They are just in a slightly different category. Now, I do want to add that when preparing for this video, I spoke to a bunch of distributors and installer friends and asked around for what are the top sellers of batteries. I know I have my top picks based on what I've been installing over the years and based on the research that I do ongoingly, but I wanted to see what sells best in the market because that's what would indicate what does the best in the market. I asked my contacts what the installers have most problems with and so on. So I will make sure to share those thoughts as we go through the battery choices. But I do have to say that I am extremely disappointed with a ton of online websites that put out like top battery articles that have really not much merit to them. And I hate to call them out by name, but some of them would name batteries that I've never heard of or ones that are really not that good. It seems like just a lot of them are simply sponsored articles. Some of these batteries are not even offered to installers through distribution channels. Now, this video is not sponsored, or it actually is, just by me. So you know that I will tell you exactly how I feel. Also, if you're looking for solar in North Texas, you can definitely reach out to me for a quote, whether for solar or a battery. And if you're anywhere else in the United States, you can also contact me and I can connect you with a reputable installer. Now we can finally get started. So, taking the third spot is EP Cube by Canadian Solar, which has quickly established itself as one of the most versatile modular solution on the market. Now, the reason why I'm even considering this as an option on my list is because it is an established brand out there. Canadian Solar has been around since 2001, so even if they make a mistake, which I'm sure they will, just like anyone else, I am pretty confident that they will fix those mistakes. EP Cube system can be either AC or DC coupled. What that means is that if you have an existing solar system, you can add this battery to it without changes to that system. But if you do not have an installation yet and you're about to get one, you can design it as a hybrid solution, so that DC coupled system. Then this hybrid inverter will be your main solar and your battery inverter. Each EP Cube battery stack provides 3.3 kilowatt hours of capacity, and you can build each hybrid inverter from 9.9 kilowatt hours, so 3 stacks, all the way up to 20 kilowatt hours. The main hybrid inverter has an AC output of 7.6 kilowatts and 22 kVA of apparent power for 10 seconds. Since the inverter is smaller, if you now have a 15 kilowatts of solar system, you're gonna need 2 of these inverters, which of course doubles your numbers. Now, one thing I do not like is that the gateway is not service entrance rated, which means that when you are doing a whole home setup, meaning backing up the whole house, I guess that is an obvious thing, you will have to add an emergency disconnect before your smart gateway. Whereas some other transfer switches, you're able to use the gateway as the disconnect, which saves the homeowner some money. This is a tip for future updates to EP Cube to include that in their gateway. My biggest points here are the scalability, which makes it perfect for growing energy needs or phased installation approaches. It has a good 10-year warranty and a very good price point. As far as your rapid shutdown option, you can either pair it with both Tigo or AP Smart. Coming in as number 2 is the revolutionary Franklin WH A-Power 2, which has redefined what homeowners should expect from a battery backup system. Now, Franklin, I have to say, definitely surprised me. They were the newer guys on the block, founded in 2019, and I was honestly very skeptical to install it for a while. And I mean for a while. I remember the first few years seeing their booth at solar shows, and I was just observing how they grew, and luckily, they stuck around. Franklin has been known for its AC coupled battery, and this is exactly what they still have. Now again, I am a little bit disappointed we do not have a hybrid here yet, but one is coming very soon. They are saying by the end of this year. Now I did a video on what's new in the industry and a review of Intersolar North America, including the news from Franklin, and I will link that video in the description below and also at the end of this video so you can check it out after watching this one. Now, but coming back to this video and this battery. So as of right now, Franklin has an AC coupled battery. So what that means is you must have a solar inverter to pair this one with it. This makes it an amazing option for retrofit. So if you already have an Enphase, SolarEdge, SMA, whatever system, you can easily add this battery to it. Now, there's a joke in the industry that Franklin battery pairs better with Enphase system than Enphase with Enphase. Now, it is a really good product. Each unit provides 15 kilowatt hours of usable capacity with a continuous output of 10 kilowatts and a surge capability of up to 15 kilowatts for 10 seconds. It's enough to handle startup loads for almost any household appliance. Now, it does have a higher charge power of 8 kilowatts. Compare that to Tesla, for example, which is only 5 kilowatts. One A-gate can take up to 15 of these units, creating a pretty nice backup of 225 kilowatt hours. Just like EP-Cube, this option is great for your self-consumption, time of use, and emergency backup modes. What separates the A-Power 2 from competitors is its warranty of 15 years. Franklin has also set new standard for thermal managing technology, making this battery a great option for those who live in very cold climates where temperatures reach even -4 Fahrenheit and those in very hot areas like Arizona. The battery has a natural cooling system as well as an automatic heating system to make sure that the battery stays reliable. The temperature range on it is between -4 Fahrenheit all the way to 131 Fahrenheit. So you can install it indoor or outdoor, no issues. The A-Power 2 isn't the cheapest option available, but it is superior. It does have superior specification, as longer lifespan and very intelligent features, and this makes that battery basically a premium one. It's not that much more expensive though. Coming in at number 1, the Tesla Powerwall 3. And I do want to preface this. We are looking at the specifications. I'm looking at reliability, numbers, and trying to keep emotions out of this review. Now, I understand that the current political situation may mean that some of you will choose not to buy this particular battery, but this is exactly why I want to provide you with multiple options as far as the reviews. I try as best as I can to be as unbiased as possible and keep emotions out of this, but I do wonder, what are your thoughts on all of this noise out there? Would you not buy Powerwall 3 because of your political views? Let me know down in the comments, just keep it nice. Now, Tesla has created a product that is the most simplistic and affordable for homeowners, which makes solar return on investment even faster. They set the standard for solar storage to be hybrid, which is definitely what mostly every other inverter manufacturer is now doing. We are making solar simpler and simpler, which is basically my love language. KISS. Keep it simple. The Tesla Powerwall 3 is definitely the most powerful battery out there. It is a DC battery, but you can also AC couple it. So again, if you have an existing solar system, you can absolutely add it to your setup. But if you're starting from scratch, I would 1,000 or 1,000,000% DC couple it to get the most out of this battery. The Powerwall 3 offers 13.5 kilowatt hours of usable capacity per unit with a continuous power output of 11.5 kilowatts. Tesla has improved its lifespan to 10 years with unlimited cycles at 70% capacity retention. The biggest boost we get here is also its load start capacity, which is 185 LRA, allowing you to start your HVAC units with just one Powerwall 3. Tesla now also offers the DC packs, which are basically your battery expansion units without the inverter capacity that allow you to scale up your storage system if needed. What truly sets the Powerwall 3 apart is its seamless integration with Tesla ecosystem. So if you already own a Tesla vehicle or are planning to purchase one, the synergy between your car, solar panels, and battery backup creates an unmatched energy management experience. The StormWatch feature automatically prioritizes battery charging when severe weather event is forecasted, making sure that you are prepared before the grid goes down. The price is not low or high. I would say the unit itself is similarly priced to your Franklin battery, but what makes this unit different from Franklin is that you now do not need your solar inverter, so you save money as well as conversion losses. So your system also has fewer possible points of failure. Now, as far as rapid shutdown, Tesla has their own rapid shutdown devices called MCI. Those are actually required for all Powerwall 3 installations. Now, depending on the panels that you're using, the voltage that you're using, you might need a different number of those units itself on each string. They are not extremely expensive, though. I would compare them again to your AP Smart or the Tigo Fs. It's actually crazy how we went from string inverter, no panel level monitoring, to then panel level monitoring all around the world, to now back to no panel level monitoring. It's like a full circle moment, and I am very, very happy for it. Now, before we get to the conclusion, I want to share some of my additional thoughts with you. I did not mention Enphase here. So I was thinking about it for quite some time, but to be honest with you, I did not think it deserved to be on the podium. I did not think that because Enphase is such a big name, we had to include it here. The 5B battery has 5 kilowatt hours of storage capacity and only 3.84 kilowatts of rated power output. So you will need multiple units to start. I'm not a huge fan of microinverters, as you probably know, so that battery is just not on my personal list. Now, another thought. There's a big DIY community that loves EG4 and solar inverters. Those are your great choices that are in the DIY sector. Now, I am a solar installer, and I usually deal with homeowners who want systems that are pretty much set it and forget it, that are not very hands-on. And those were my top 3 batteries that I mentioned before. Now, I am also not a huge fan of white labeled products. I love brands that own the software, that own the design, that have a proprietary product, in-house development, vertically integrated manufacturing. So I was pretty skeptical of those 2 brands from the beginning. Now, solar definitely is a big player in the DIY community and has a lot of very good battery options to pair with, such as HomeGrid, Storz, Rennen. I mean, you name it, there's a ton of good options. EG4 also came into the DIY market hot with its hybrid inverter and now also with the newer version, Grid Boss with the Flex Boss. But those are your options that are definitely more on the DIY or more on the hands-on solutions. This is why I couldn't really put them in the same category. This is also why a lot of manufacturers like Tesla, EPCube, or Franklin require you to have a certified installer do the installation to actually claim the warranty on your product, whereas with those other options, it's pretty much different. You can actually do the installation yourself. You can commission the battery, etc. You can do the battery with those battery options. Here are some other thoughts. SMA and Fronius. You guys need to speed up. Both of these brands have great hybrid solutions. I've personally installed lots of Sunny Boys, but they are taking forever releasing their transfer switches. Goodness gracious. Some brands have multiple generations of batteries while we cannot get one from you. And you know, I am a huge fan of European technology, German quality, so please give us something. And final note about PointGuard, because I get a lot of you asking me about it. I think that battery requires a separate video personally. To me, the brand itself is just too young to be considered safe to offer to my own customers, so I cannot call it top 3 or top 5 or even top 10. It has great specifications, but so do other batteries. Duracell has great specs, but it looks awfully just like Solar paired with PylonTech batteries, just labeled Duracell. PointGuard was founded in 2023, so it's just too young for me. Now, I may be completely wrong right here, and it might be an awesome product and they might be an amazing battery. Everybody starts somewhere. I just can't tell you to go and buy it. I just would not be myself if I did that. All right, to conclude this video, I really wanted to give you 5 options. I really was looking for good options, and there really aren't that many. It's pretty sad, to be honest with you, but the ones that I gave you are pretty freaking good, and by good manufacturers too. So if you're retrofitting your system, you can definitely choose any of the top 3 that I provided you. The best one for retrofits, in my personal opinion, is Franklin. Now, if you're doing a new installation, I think a hybrid is the way to go. Each of these products is unique and can offer you something special. Any of these 3 options I would gladly put in my own home. Oh, and I totally forgot. The generator charging is important. If the generator charging is important for you for extended power outages, Franklin and EP-Cube are the best options for you that allow the generator charging, whereas Tesla does not have that integration. Now, you can still install a whole home generator with your Powerwall. They just cannot be directly integrated. So in an outage, Powerwall responds immediately and provides backup power before the generator detects the outage. And then the generator is turned on only when the Powerwall basically dies and then works until the grid is back on. It's basically like a backup to your backup. Remember that the battery backup system for your home ultimately depends on your specific energy needs, your budget constraints, and future plans. Please let me know if I missed anything, or if you agree or if you disagree with anything I mentioned. Leave questions down below. I really love responding to your questions. And of course, those comments help you to pick up the video as good content. So you're obviously helping me by leaving comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more solar and home energy videos. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.